I'm obviously familiar with what a vinyl figure is, because that's what Funko Pops are. But I've never actually seen a soft vinyl figure in real life, but I do know that that's a thing. And with this figure, they are kind of leaning into the material because the name of this product, at least on the website, I don't know what this says, is a Polygon soft vinyl figure of Cloud. And this is apparently a Polygon mini figure of Cloud. I don't know what this is made of, but it's definitely not soft, whatever it is. It is actually quite rigid and sharp. It's not to the point where it's gonna shatter if you drop it, but part of me actually thinks that it could. So that actually hurt. I did that a bit hard, like that, and the edges of his boot actually hurt me a bit. So considering that the material that this thing is made of is so important that it's like the entire name of the thing, I'm guessing the feel of it is gonna be important. So I'm really curious to how it feels, so let's get it out. That's pretty soft. Oh! Okay. But you can't turn the head. Wow, okay. But the hair is actually really hard, to my surprise. It feels very similar to this. Yeah, that's identical, it feels like. What else can you turn? Oh, you can turn... Can you turn this? Because it's separated there, right? No, you can't. I don't want to push it too hard. But you can see that there's a separation there, but you can't actually turn it. And for a fun little size comparison, there we go. That's how big he is. He is quite big, especially if you're used to these. Let's compare them detail-wise, because there is a difference between these two that I noticed almost instantly when I saw that this guy was for sale. The legs are stuck together all the way down to his knees, which I don't like. I wish that it was more like this. In the original, depending on the angle and where Cloud was standing and what pose he was doing and so on, his pant legs did actually clip into each other just a tiny bit when he was standing neutrally. So this is actually wrong too, but like by 0.5 millimeter. This is wrong by quite a lot more. And his arms are also right next to his hips there, which is also wrong. This is a more casual stance. So in a way, you can view this as, oh, this is just a Polygon Cloud come to life, and he's just standing in a more relaxed way, which is, you know, a fun idea. And the fact that you can actually pose him doing something is cool too. Like you can, there you go. You know? But I think other than the pose, there is actually a difference that I've actually talked about quite a lot before. And that is this strand of hair. Technically, depending on the art that you're looking at, this is his longest strand of hair, the one that goes down on his right side. Because on this one, you can see that it almost touches his shoulder, right? But in this one, it's actually quite a bit up there. Like, there's a definite difference in how long that strand of hair is on these two. And when we look at the hair, that is the only difference in these two. And that's kind of like an ongoing thing with me, because this strand of hair is in the original, but it's not in the remake trilogy at all, so far at least. And this is technically a remake figure because it was released when Remake came out and it says Remake on the box. This, on the other hand, is an original figure. And here, the long strand is back. A part of me is like, well, obviously someone's behind this and there's a thought behind it. And a more logical part of my brain is saying, no, you idiot, it's just a coincidence. And no one but you care enough to notice. Stop talking about it. This isn't something to talk about.
Like, bring it down on your forehead line. Like, you gotta, yeah, see there, that's a good start.
But I am, and I'm kind of like, I'm fascinated by it, you know? I am happy with this. I think this is a really great piece to add to anyone's collection. Like, if you're collecting like me, you're getting more or less everything, so it's great for that. But it's also a great standalone piece because it's so recognizable. This is Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. This is like the bam figure to have, technically, if you like the way that he looked in the original and you connected with this model specifically. If I was a young kid right now, having this, it would be the greatest thing that ever existed. Now I've kind of gotten used to having figures of Cloud. This is my unique number 52 of the ones that I'm counting. I actually have a few more that I'm not counting, so I've kind of reached that itch, as it were. But as a child, I would have killed to have this. And obviously I do have Zack and Sephiroth in the background here just as teasers, because those are the ones that have been announced in the same scale, and I will be getting them obviously, so stick around for that. But for now, let's put this guy in my collection. And here it is, like I mentioned, it is my Cloud figure number 52, and it goes right there with this little one in front. I do have the dress version as well, but it's standing next to the other dress version, so. And if you look at him like this, a question that comes to mind, at least for me, is like, does he fit in? But I think my answer to that would be no. But that's something that you can turn into a good thing, because he is undeniably a standout piece. And the fact that he doesn't fit in is part of the charm. And if you get this one and you put it next to, let's say, a Play Arts Kai of Cloud from the remake, you can kind of make your own version of this viral image on your shelf, essentially. And I thought one final comparison we could do was to put him next to other figures, not of the same scale, but of the same height, just to sort of show you his size and how well he fits in or doesn't fit in, you know, depending on how you want to see it.